Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio. 96.9 FM.
They say the sun and I shine for all. But the young some people were yet never shine at all.
These roads of flames are catching a fire.
Talking Heads with Naughty and MJ is brought to you by Burger King, Fine Threads, the Free National Movement, John's Department Store, Kelly's Home Center, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Prince Masters, the Progressive Liberal Party, and Tropical Gyros.
And I've been gone too long, and I'm hoping that you sing my song. I've been on this road for way too long. I've been hoping that we all get along. Of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I loved you, you called me a liar.
You got it locked and loaded to the Tuesday, April 28th edition of Talking Heads. Naughty and MJ and your company right up until 6 p.m. And like I told you, it is Tuesday. It is Open 9 Tuesday. Yours truly, Naughty, along with MJ and your company right up until 6 p.m. like I told you. And boy, do we have lots to talk about. MJ, what's good?
I am good. You say that a lot, we have lots to talk about.
Well, when we open up the lines, we do have lots to talk about. I don't want to stick into one subject. And if you look at the political landscape today alone, we got a lot of ish to talk about.
I know that we're getting very close to, the first set of ballots being cast. The advance poll day is on Thursday. Excited about that. Hope that, everybody that registered is ready to go, all sorted out. Anyone who's going to vote in the advance poll is ready to go. It's we're fully in it now.
Boy, are we in it. And silly season is getting even sillier as we speak.
Yeah, it'll stop for a day and then it'll go back, right? If it stops for a day.
I don't think it stops for a day. It don't even stop for an hour, because every time you think it's stopped and you try to consume the last story that popped up that leaves you gobsmacked, here comes another one. Where do I start? Do I start with possible irregularities on the advance polls? Or do I talk about certain vouchers with Premier Importers?
We can go wherever you want to go. What are you hearing?
Well, first and foremost, let's start with the advance polls. There's some irregularities. Like some people underage, I'm hearing, allegedly.
Well, I have
some
heard...
people no longer with us, allegedly.
Well, I have heard that there may be some concern about persons that registered, received their certificate to go ahead and vote in the advance polls, but that their names don't appear on the list. We're still waiting for more information on that, more confirmation on that. But that is something that if it happened, I would suspect it's an error and it needs to be corrected quickly because we're just a couple of days away. I hope that in the future, and I know that we've done this many, many times before, but this particular season has felt a little bit like tight. You know what I mean? We just got the registers yesterday. I've been trying to get some, because we're doing our due diligence and we're doing some sorting and preparing for the big election day. And I would hope to have had some of this data before yesterday, especially with the polls just a few days away. So just hope a little bit more, leeway, particularly since this register is supposed to be, upkept regularly. So, maybe we do things a little differently where it doesn't feel kind of rushed. I understand that the biometric cards are also available now. This is a tight window. Our son to register, since he's a first-time voter, he did sign up for the biometric card, but it wasn't available yet. No one has contacted him yet, so I guess he will not have that in time for this election. Maybe he will. But at least he has the purple card, so he'll go ahead and use that to vote. But yeah, I just hope that the next process it just feels smoother than this one has felt so far.
Yeah, so definitely let me and then we have to look at off of that. We're definitely going to talk about that. We have to look at I mean, how does our money end up paying for vouchers with political candidates' names on them?
Well, I saw that story. That's a big, big story in today's Tribune, where it's being alleged that candidates in Abaco, in particular, were giving out vouchers for hundreds of dollars. Some 200, 300, 500 for Premier importers, and we're seeing from that reporting that the president of Premier Importers is saying that the Treasury paid for those vouchers. But then once we looked at it, some of the vouchers bear a political aspirant's name or a signature on it. This
Well,
is
actually,
very
the two
strange
candidates
stuff.
from Abaca were Cornish and Fox, if I'm not mistaken,
I
correct?
saw the one that was in the Tribune. It has Bradley Falk's name. I think that is the candidate in Central and South Abaco. And if that is the case, that the money is for those vouchers, because I'm waiting for a statement from the government, which I got to say I'm a bit disappointed because, this is an important topic, right? You would want to quickly assure citizens that nothing untoward, such as that would happen if you remove $200,000 from our treasury and then you allowed a political candidate, no less, to go ahead and disperse those funds, put his name on those vouchers. There's so many questions would arise if that is the case, if that actually happens. So I'm a little bit
If that's
disappointed
not
that,
electioneering or treating, if I ever seen it.
and it may be offenses beyond that, abuse of. There's so many potentials there. That's why I'm disappointed that the government hasn't quickly come out and debunked the story. Now I know that they had a political party member, a PLP, I guess, what do we call Mr. Grimes? And well, a member of the Progressive Liberal Party
Okay,
come out
he's
and say,
definitely a high-ranking member within that party.
right, so he's
Obviously,
a high-ranking
Ron
member in that
Stalwart,
party.
like up there.
And he does
And
handle, I think he spoke on some legal positions before for the party. Maybe he's a part of their legal team. In any event, I heard that he said that is not the case, that money didn't
well,
come from the
let me
Treasury.
let me just put it like this for disclaimer's sake. I've known Mr. Grimes all my life. He's done a lot for me coming up as a young man. Offered great mentorship over the years. Somebody I would ask about the policy for sage advice. But I will also say, can't let him nowhere near no ballot box. And I love you, Mr. Grimes, but can't go near the ballot box. No, sir.
So he has spoken, and
So when I hear him speak on an issue like this, it's like,
we know his position, and that I assume is the position of the party. But what is being alleged here, I think our government actually needs to make a statement on this. They need to tell the Bahamian people whether or not the $200,000 that went to Premier Importers to facilitate these vouchers for Hurricane Dorian, no less. When was Dorian? Anyway, these vouchers that
about
were
4.5 years
given out
ago.
and signed by candidates, they need to quickly get on the record and assure the Bahamian people that is not the case, right? But they've been slow to respond. We've reached out. I understand that you did reach out, and so far you have not gotten a response, correct?
No.
So
I
yeah,
have not had an
they need
official
to tell
response.
us, because if this indeed happened, if
And
they
here's
actually took
another.
money out of the
Here's a-
Treasury to facilitate this, we have got some serious issues.
And here's another disclaimer. I know the Leader family all my life. I know Chris Leader not to be one. If he says that's where it came from, that's where it came from.
Right.
So now we have
perspectives. One saying no, it absolutely didn't come from the Treasury, and the recipient saying no, I got the transfer from the Treasury. So there needs to be clarification. There needs to be clarification quickly. Like I said, Bahamian people are really interested in this.
But one thing, not to cut. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Andre.
No, go ahead.
I just found the irony in all of this, though. This administration came in on the wings of Bermuda Gate and the Treasury being raided and bust up for one of their first initial trips.
Right.
And now here toward the end of the swan song, we have Premier Importer Gate.
Oh,
where
boy.
again,
I know they don't want their
Treasury
names.
bust up,
And-
beat up, body slam, and what?
Yeah,
And
we
now
know.
we could
We
see
do
it's
know the
instantly
family. That's
like-
a great company. Premier Importers is a great company.
For
But
years.
yeah, this is some strange business if true. I think if it's not accurate, if there needs to be clarification, the government needs to quickly go on the record and tell us the vouchers that were given out by those PLP candidates in Abaco, where did the funds come? Was the funds transferred from our public treasury to facilitate these vouchers? And then were the vouchers given to political aspirants to be handed out like this? We don't even know what method is being used. I've been hearing from people from Abaco all day saying, well, I didn't get a voucher. Who got a voucher? What was the process? We're talking about Dorian. We're talking about potentially our public treasury. So we really need to figure out what's going on, because it raises many questions. And until we answer the first one, we don't know how to address the others.
All right, we want to hear what you guys, our talking heads out there, have to say on just these two topics, and MJ and I have more on the flip side of the break to get to as well. But if you want to be part of the conversation, here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head, brought to you by BTC.
Text lines powered by BTC. 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4259, 325-4316. Toll free to anyone in the Family Islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live, take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it off of fresh new smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Text us, MJ and I get to you right after the break, on the flip side of the break, and there's a ton of y'all already, so we'll get to you. But before we get to the break, let's grab these calls. Talking heads.
Hey, Naughty, what's up?
Hey, good afternoon.
You know, I see what a lot of was being said at various different points in these rallies and so forth. I want us to think logically now. Do you think at such a time as this, with everything, that the government is going to take $200,000 and literally from the Treasury and split that up and pass that out to people, knowing quite well the conversation, the issues that's going to... Come on, man. We obviously know that comes from a private...
But call up. Johnny Two Times. We got a situation here. We got a situation here, though. So one second. I notice you get on your soapbox for the PLP a lot, but let's just look at this, all right? I'm going to look at this. Hold on. Allow me. Let me put on my first 48 on. Let's dissect this. Yes, you're standing there saying, do you think the PLP would do that? Well, I see a voucher from Premier Importers with not one, but two PLP candidates' names on it from Abaco. I've also been on record and say I know Premier Importers, a reputable, upstanding business for decades in this country. And if their president says the money came from the Treasury, until this government or this administration proves otherwise, the money came from the Treasury. And I have seen no statement from Mr. Ramming. We reached out to him. Nothing from the Tray, nothing from the OPM, nothing. Go on what is there. And I see a valid voucher from Premier Importers. Oh, he hung up?
Perhaps he left. But the point is...
Let me bust you with the fox, or don't let your BS fly. You can't hang up.
So this is the point, right?
Hold on. That's the difference between you and Anton. Anton got erased, but he would sit there and take a blitzkrieg when he know it coming. You... turn yellow like the PLP and hang up. You can't do that, man, Johnny. You got to be better than that. Not on Talking Heads. Not Talk Show of the Year. Come on, Johnny. Step up your game, bro. Next caller, we got any other callers?
So we have a situation. Where, like you said, you have the company themselves saying that this money was received from the Treasury. You have a high-ranking member of the Progressive Liberal Party saying, no, it was something else. This is a really quick fix, you know? We just need a statement. They're usually pretty fast, so I'm really surprised they're slow on this. Just need a statement from the Office of the Prime Minister confirming that the Ministry of Finance did not, in fact, transfer that $200,000 to Premier Importers. It's not even a big deal to put out a quick two-line statement and then let that be, the end of. I don't understand why we're at the end of the day. This story appeared in the Tribune early this morning. In their reporting, they say they reached out and didn't get a response then. This takes no time almost to put this particular story down if there are some inaccuracies there. Come on, saying, do we really believe it? You would be surprised. Did I really believe that, we would run through $141 million and have beaches and parks looking the way that they do. No, I didn't believe that could happen. But here we are.
It's silly season. The blind loyalist, defending, the indefensible. Let's go back to the phone lines. They're loaded. Talking Heads.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Nolly and your guests. How you doing?
We're good.
Hello?
Hi,
Yes.
We're good.
Yes, okay. I want to say something. We know Abaco had a disaster, right? And we all do know that there was a lot of materials that they could not use because the majority of the materials then was walk up and they could not use it. Now, where is the member of parliament who was elected in that area to help the people in Abaco? Where is that member of parliament is? Now, the Bahamas government have to go now and help the people. So if they get it, they'll help.
Ma'am, but the member of parliament, which one are you talking about?
The member of parliament.
Which member are you talking about? The one that tucked tail and resigned, Mr. Pinder, who's not offering this election? From the other part of Abaco, Mr. Cornish. Which one are you referring to? Because this government has done nothing in 4.5 years. Roscoe Thompson is on every Monday on this show giving you an update from Abaco. And this administration has done squadoosh, nada, zero, zilch, nothing. And you call in to refer to the previous administration? It was
right. So I think
that was monkey stomped at the poll for their inefficiency and they're dropping the ball.
Right now,
who's on the clock right now?
Technically, there are no members of parliament because parliament has been dissolved, and we know that Mr. Pinder is no longer offering this season. We have a Mr. Fox that is offering in Central and South Abaco, as well as the last member of parliament, Mr. Cornish, who was found not guilty on his charges. Let's just put that out there and make that clear, although he was credibly accused because the police brought charges. But yeah, those members are still there. As a matter of fact, I think Mr. Cornish may be distributing some of these vouchers as well. We're not sure. We just need the government. We still have a government, a caretaker government, but a government nonetheless, to just clarify this quickly, because if monies were taken out of the public treasury to facilitate this, there are many questions that would surround them doing that. And they just need to answer. If the money did not, in fact, come from the public treasury, then that is one position. And then you look at some other things. But that is most important because that is taxpayer money. And to just pull money out of the treasury and to have candidates distributing it, I want to say ad hoc, because I spoke about today, and some of them didn't even know about it. They didn't get the vouchers. This is not the way that you do hurricane relief, particularly when you're doing it 7 years later, right? There should be a system. So I don't know exactly what the situation is. We have Mr. Leader's word, and we also have a denial from the Progressive Liberal Party, but the money, they're saying it came from the treasury. So can we have someone from the Ministry of Finance just please confirm for the Bahamian people whether or not that $200,000 came out of the public treasury?
All right, let's get back to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty and MJ.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. The gentleman that called and the lady that called, I want a gentleman to understand that, yes, I, for one, believe the gentleman from Premium Porters. Because why? The gentleman from Premium Porters can't say so, because if the government come out and say he is not speaking the truth, he can pull his paperwork and print it in the same Tribune or on the Guardian and everywhere else for us to see whether or not who's speaking the truth. So he have evidence. He have the paperwork, the paper trail. So I definitely believe him. This is the same government we're talking about that is not put out for people to bid on.
Right.
A bunch of no-bid contracts because they want to get the monies in the pockets of those. And why is it taking them the last minute to do a show on everything that this particular government is doing last minute? Like every promise they made.
It'll be next election by the time you get that show finished.
It's just now trying to start it to make it look like they was doing it. That's why places are being behemoths. Wake up, my God! Y'all can't fall for this nonsense again. You're gonna wait for 4.5 years to pave the roads and to get all this infrastructure done, to pretend to get it done. You're going to wait for how many years? How long you been? You went in there talking about Dorian. You're going to wait for the very last week or two or a few days before election to give these places needed this money all along. Thank God there was no hurricane that came during this time.
Yeah.
So what is it that these people refuse to see? Behemoths, I mean, come on, what are you refusing to look at? If you see, I am not loyal to none, right? I do lean one way or the other, but it's showing my community better. So you all wake up, don't buy into this nonsense. That's why we can't get it right. The places who are there to do right by us, the members of parliament who may do better for us, whether it's independent or for a major party, we're not going to vote that person in because why? Now we're getting some money? Come on, man. Please don't fall for this nonsense. If they had a record to stand on, they would have been just touting their record.
Yeah, I would like to see more of that. But, tell us about the things you did and, highlight your accomplishments and just show us some of the vision you have for the future. I think that's a good strategy, but, that's not partying strategy.
Let's get to the other calls. Talking Heads.
Hey, afternoon, Naughty and MJ. How y'all doing?
Hey, good afternoon.
Hey, it's amazing that gentleman could call and ask the question if we really believe that the government would do something like that. The question alone is unbelievable to me. I mean, history shows you that they would do something like that. I mean, they went against a referendum regarding the gaming, so they could do anything. They ran against the highest constitutional law of the land. You asking if they would give out or deposit $200,000 with the company to be distributed?
That's not a great defense. Not if we think they could. I mean, that's not the best defense.
Blind loyalty is no loyalty at all. When somebody who claimed to be a nationalist could call and defend foolishness just because they have blind loyalty to an organization, they actually helping to destroy the country. And that ain't a PLP thing. That's a PLP, F&M, whoever thing. Like, whoever it fits, they got to wear it. Because if you don't have if you don't have that nationalist hat to put on and say, look here, my party do something wrong, I have to step back and not defend it. When you defend something blindly and it's wrong, you are actually helping to destroy the country. That's problematic. That's why this country is going down in a handbasket. So we as citizens need to take a stance. And when we see whoever it is do wrong, I don't care if it's PLP or FNI, I don't care. When we see them do wrong, we have to call them out for the wrong and hold their feet to the fire. Okay? We would never know that they gave $200,000 to someone because we don't have a Freedom of Information Act to implement it. Fred Mitchell tell us, say, hey, we ain't doing it. It ain't in our interest. Ain't nobody want it. Who tell them ain't nobody want it? I want it. I want a freedom of information. I want to be able to know if they take $200,000 out of the Treasury, what seems to be like a political inducement, if you ask me. That's my personal opinion. So these people with blind loyalty, they need to wake up and realize that they are part of the problem and don't let this country go to hell in a handbasket because of this blind loyalty that they have.
Thank you very much.
Good stuff, caller. Let's get to the other call. Talking Heads.
Yes, hey, how you doing? Naughty and MJ. I got a couple of quick questions for you. Doesn't the Prime Minister the same as the Minister of Finance?
Yes, he is.
Oh, good. Then the Prime Minister of Abaco authorized this.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
Let's see, Alan, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Are you going to give me $200,000 of your goods or services without being compensated in one way, shape, or form? Something about there's always saying ain't nothing to move but the money,
we
right?
We don't have to argue with Johnny 2 times, sis, right? So you say what starts is usually how they end. Remember what they started with? They used the Treasury to pay for the trip to Bermuda.
That's what I said earlier.
See, that's what I'm saying to you. Listen to me. Who, like you say, MJ, who would have thought they'd spend $125 million bringing back all employees? Or $250 million on consultants, or $75 million on travel, or $140. Whoever thought, I know you all won't believe this, that they would spend $60 million to get roosters to lay eggs?
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
No, that,
Oh,
let me
boy.
explain to you. You could go to Aaron Green page and see where somebody from the Ministry of Agriculture was explaining how the roosters will lay eggs. I ain't kidding you. Go check this out.
What?
Yes.
Say it ain't so.
Hold on,
Yes,
the
it is.
roosters will lay eggs?
Yes. The rooster.
No wonder we get them weird-looking eggs with that packaging, and they roost their eggs.
I wouldn't be surprised that you have to spend $60 million to get roosters to lay eggs. It's just like you say, whoever thought. But one point I want to make, right? Then I'm gone. Here's this. On housing, right? They said, who the gods destroy their first drive mad? The Prime Minister made a basketball player ambassador, took him to Dubai to meet the trillionaires and billionaires, supported his housing structure to the point that he gave him crown land, but the housing that he agreed for him to build was dependent on his failure. Do you know what the housing that he's now criticizing is dependent on?
What's that?
Him to fix the credit was contingent on.
I see.
See, it's amazing that the Prime Minister, I guess people like me is not supposed to be around for whatever it is, right? But the Prime Minister bragged in Dubai or wherever they was that this was a signature housing thing, okay? But for the investments, whatever I think is the Prime Minister who may have drove up the wealth of the person because it then showed that the intellectual property that the technology was using was valuable enough that the boy could put $400 million on his account. So the Prime Minister
big declaration.
Stop gaslighting us and thinking that he has nothing. But let me just say, he say 3 houses a day. Now, mind you, in his paper with out of the office of Prime Minister, he said there's 9,000 contractors, right? But the Minister of Housing said they got 924 contractors on the housing roll and urban renewal and 700 contracted roll. So you're telling me that 50% of your 700 people couldn't build one house a month. So that's 12 times 3,000 houses that you can't build. And so you say, wait a minute, that's 10 houses a day, Prime Minister, based on what you said. See, the problem is the Prime Minister can't fix what he don't understand. Because the problem is not the ability to build houses, because the contractors in the Bahamas could build houses, given they had customers. The problem is exactly as Michael Pintard said. We have a financing problem, and it takes innovation, land grants, and the works to resolve that aspect of it to get people to qualify for a house, not the fact that contractors can't build houses. And so this shows you, if you don't understand the problem, it's actually 4.5 years, you didn't fix it. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Alan.
Let's get to the break, MJ. Flip side of the break, we'll pick up these hot topics. I'll deal with the text. We'll deal with the calls. And we'll hear what the talking heads out there got to say. But yeah, head scratcher on some of these things, man. I just don't add up.
Give God the thanks and praises. Give God all the thanks and praises.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape, a Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good experience.
A paid political message by the Free National Movement's candidate for Fort Charlotte, Travis Robinson.
Fort Charlotte, stand up! Bahamas, wake up! All across this nation, time to see the truth clear now. Tell Brave and Sebas, all money ain't good money. FNM, we ready. Hey. Hey, hey. Brave say he love the poor man, but the poor man can't see no plan. Sebas get rich, now we run the land, while Bahamians catching hell again. Big mansion, big cars, big talk, but walk, the people walk. All that money and still can't rest. Power hungry, heart can't bless. All money ain't good money. Brave, you know. You sell the soul of the nation for a number show. Sabres County millionaire for them say no. Watch Charlotte rise, let the truth flow. All money ain't good money.
A paid political message by the Free National Movement's candidate for Fort Charlotte, Travis Robinson.
Make Mother's Day unforgettable with Kelly's House and Home starting Friday, May 1st through Saturday, May 9th. Save 20% on a lovely selection of dinnerware, glassware, luggage, silk flowers, and picture frames, except on net items. We have beautiful gifts that let Mom know just how much she's appreciated. Shop early and enjoy 20% off at Kelly's House and Home during our Mother's Day sale, May 1st through 9th. Happy Mother's Day with love from Kelly's House and Home.
5 years of POP rule. Are you better off today? While you work, they've spent millions on taxpayer-funded trips, a government-funded luxury car, and handed out hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts. But for the rest of us, gas and groceries through the roof, VAT on bread basket items, healthcare that is broken, unaffordable, and out of reach. And it's not just your wallet. For 5 years, illegal immigrants have flooded our communities, putting excessive pressure on our schools, our housing, and our social services. As they flood in, Bahamian families fall behind. Under the FNM, there will be a change. The FNM has a plan to address the rising cost of living, secure our borders, protect Bahamians from illegal immigrants, and fix our health care. Because the FNM knows our job is to work for you and not the few. This message was paid for and authorized by the Free National
KFC
Movement.
got that crispy crunch, take a bite, it's a smile. Sweet onion sauce drip, happy running down my side. Pepper jack cheese, bring a little playful wild. Brioche bun soft like a cloud on this ride. KFC get chicky with it, hey. Taste the sweet side of things. Every single bite, so litty. Got my whole crew doing that thing. Crispy onion, sweet onion sauce. Pepper jack cheese going on.
Introducing the new Sweet Chicky Chicken Sandwich at KFC.
Let's get chicky with it.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for the buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John's Shoes.
These rows of flames are catching a fire.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, April 28th edition of Talking Heads. Naughty and MJ and your company right up until 6 p.m. MJ, let me jump into the text and then we could check back on the phone lines and get back into the convo. But here we go. Get rid of this government. It's time for meaningful change. Let's wake up and vote the PLP out, period. Naughty, I want you to find out from your friend Robert DePuchcan if he still supports the PLP and why he dropped out of Representative Michael. Does he think the PLP will win this election? Boy, cheaper you ask him yourself. I haven't seen Robert in ages. And I'm all good with it being just like that. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Naughty, there's people on the register list in some constituencies and have moved out of the constituencies but want to vote in their old constituency. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Honestly, I'm not lying. This has got to be the most gangsterous administration ever. No lie. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. MJ, I like how you said that you hope nothing untoward regarding the voucher. Man, the entire PLP party is untoward, MJ. To be clear, the money to come from the Treasury, that is a separate violation. Giving your own money to a voter after the writ of election is declared with the clear intent to influence a vote, i.e. something like the candidate's mark, is illegal.
Yes, I know. I know that we do have treating laws. Whether this can be viewed as an inducement, that is the question. The first layer I want to get through, though, before we go further, is did the money come from the Treasury? Because if it did, that's more of grave concern for me. But the other issues are entirely valid. I agree with that. That would be the next set of questions that we would.
MJ, Naughty, please tell the man stop singing for his supper. Johnny, 2 times, you need to stop 2 times. How long does it take to find someone to pay the Treasury $200,000? 2 days? Separate statement. We may hear a statement from the OPM in 2 days. Naughty and MJ, if Fred Mitchell says the Freedom of Information Act is not important, on a serious note, should people vote for him? The FNM needs the voters to remember his words and keep on reminding them. Fred telling you all that ain't your business. Sure, I'm better at the polls. If you vote for him, you're fools. MJ and Naughty, we just have to wait with bated breath for Latrell Ramming to provide the explanation.
Yeah, and just to be clear, then sending it from a private donor to the Treasury, that doesn't necessarily cure the issue that we have. So we'll be watching to see what exactly happened.
Good evening, good evening, Naughty and MJ. Boy, you threw in the right hand early. Those callers, them two drinking the brave Kool-Aid. They're upset. The caller from South Beach is talking foolishness. She called all the various talk shows all day, every day. She'll get catch. Or she got catch. Good afternoon, MJ and Naughty. I listened to the PM address last night, and I was embarrassed for him. He spent 30 minutes rambling and name-calling, but not one plan. He talked about the FNM. Michael Pintodd was about 7 years old at the time, so I did not understand Brave's point. I want to see Mr. Pintodd rise to the occasion tonight and lay out his vision for the country instead of getting in the mud with the PM. If it wasn't for the never mind. Naughty Pintodd need to talk about Fred Mitchell tonight on Fred Mitchell not wanting the Freedom of Information Act. We need the Freedom of Information Act. Good evening, Naughty and MJ. Now the Golden Yoke is now on the schedule once again. The swing is back again. Those in the war room is scrambling now, and they have to call the Naughty one to talk. I wonder when Anton will call in. Naughty and MJ, you remember when PM said when the PM said in the House that government in the month of April 2025 said the government had $135.4 million surplus, but ended up with a $2 million loss. Then he said he never said, and Candia Danes had to produce the evidence. He's senile, or don't know what's going on, or he needs just to go home. All right, we caught up with all the texts. That's what I like. Got them out of the way. Let's jump right back to the phone lines, MJ. Here we go. It's a hot one today. Talking Heads.
Howdy. How you doing?
Good afternoon.
MJ, where y'all had me waiting long?
Good afternoon.
I want to say something to the taxpayers, because the reality is people don't realize every time they go to the gas station and every time they buy something, the taxes that they're paying, because, they act as if this was regular time. Now the Prime Minister is taking the money from the poor people who pay taxes. He goes to Dubai. He claims he has $4 million and so much other businesses. I'm hoping at the end of the day, when this whole thing boils down, there's a commission inquiry. The Prime Minister needs to pay the Housing Minister, Keith Bell. He needs to pay also for the millions of dollars they're not giving an account for. They swear on a Bible that they would uphold the law. The law say that when they take something, they should give an account on it. Why is it that lawyers aren't breathing down their throat and asking them to go ahead and give an account for what's being missing out of the purse? This is taxpayers' money. We're paying higher taxes because of the irresponsible spending. Brave Davis is not a leader. He is nothing but a con artist, a Bay Street con artist. And you've done...
Okay. I got you. I feel you're passionate, caller. You can't call the Prime Minister a con artist. I mean, I do agree with you that there should be accountability and transparency when it comes to public and taxpayer funds, but we're not going to call the Prime Minister a con artist. Okay, do you have any more calls on the line?
Next one. Talking Heads.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, guys. Naughty.
Yes, sir.
Little delay. Yeah, I was holding on to, but I could do what I got to do. Before you
go ahead, Bob. What you got?
I get a couple things, Tim. You say open line, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I hear them talk about the hen, but that sounds a little gayish because I know it's an animal. I hear online say it could have children or male part, but I thought the hen is the man and the rooster is the man. I didn't know roosters lay eggs. I thought the hen was the woman. You know, Naughty. I listen around, right? I don't know what I really want to get to is that I talked to you the other day. That was about 2 years ago when I asked you to put me on the Talking Heads thing or help me to link up with the people who in charge of it, right? I had lost my phone and I was on the other one. I forget they call it Future, something to do with Future, something like that. And just lately, someone put me in this group would call trash something. Well, Naughty, you all who don't know me, right? Like that, right? If y'all catch
I
me,
ain't none of them. I only one group.
You remember what is not X-rated, but R-rated? That's me. I don't play. I don't befriend no one. I don't looking for no. One called me and running on, calling me friend and all of that stuff and stuff like that. I had to tell them, only Jesus, my friend, none of you, especially, they think because I kind of should agree that my party need to go, that, I looking for friends in the F&M or something. But let me tell you something. I know enough of y'all in the F&M don't like me, okay? I don't no friends from y'all. Y'all talk about blind loyalty. I blind. I think to tell you to make 38 years from 1989 when I lost my sight Wednesday around 8 p.m. in the evening, right? That's something they could see it and they blind loyalty. Put right way right. If the PLP is my party, and if they wrong, I can say they wrong. Don't think I think none of y'all like me. Now, they're talking to the public out there. Y'all ain't like me. And I ain't looking for no friends. Jesus is my best friend. I hear them talking about some of the people who register on the list, what they finding out today. They get them born in 2059, and that ain't come yet. I don't know if y'all get any report on that. But,
we see some reporting happening right now about some anomalies on the register. We see it.
I mean, it might be too late now to stop this election, right? But, boy, we got to be really careful because it seems like they could even, if I could be able to hear Clement Shea and KB tonight on my porch where I could be dancing like I to the rally and stuff like that because I don't go to the rallies and stuff like that, and I don't enjoy listening to the PLP rallies like that, you know what I mean? I really think the government need a change as a near time, although people might disagree. And you all people in these parties, but you all don't be playing with me, don't call me. You see, I carry on. She said she never know I could carry on like that. I bless her. Don't play with me. I said, nationalist, right? No blind loyalty to none of these punks out here. Y'all keep up the good work.
Have a good day, Papa. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that was a little drop in transmission on my part. I don't know if you guys heard my point or, can you still hear me now?
I can hear you. We can hear you now.
All right. So, Papa, what was your second point?
No, Papa, he got his points in. Were you unable to? He got his points in.
Okay, good.
Papa said y'all don't play with him. He don't have no blind loyalty. I mean, he wants his party to take a timeout. That's his stance.
We have any more calls, Mr. Producer? All right, so now I guess we could jump into the combo, MJ. We got the wait, a couple more texts. MJ, what the gentleman said about premium importers. I think we covered that text. I think we should be all caught up with that. Every member of this government needs an enema. They're full of it. MJ and Naughty, because of the way I was brought up, I cannot vote for this government. Wow.
Well, a lot of Bahamians just looking for our government to do what we put them in power to do, which is solve some of the cases what they promised to do, just solve some of the problems that fall under their purview. You know, Bahamians are very industrious. We have a lot of very creative Bahamians. We have a lot of very hardworking Bahamians. There's a lot that we can get done, but there needs to be certain things put in place. And when we do work hard and we send our money over there to that the public treasury, over to that big consolidated fund, we expect that our money is used prudently and that there's an accounting and that there's transparency. And so these are simple things. And I just don't understand why we're still in a place where we're questioning where money's going and is money being used appropriately. You know, there's so many questions still around beaches and so many questions around travel, you know, contracts, consultants, so many questions. And now in the 11th hour, we're hearing that perhaps money went out of the Treasury for would appear to be political motives. So at the end of the day, I think the best course of action is to just be accountable, just be transparent, just clear this particular story up, because if it happened, it's egregious. And just having the money returned to the Treasury does not cure the issue that's going to be at hand if that in fact took place, that it went originally from the Treasury. So they should just clear that up as quickly as possible.
All right, let's get back to the phone lines, MJ. Talking Heads.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hi, this is a first-time caller.
Hi, first-timer.
Show. I listen just about every afternoon.
Thank you so
you're
much. Very
brilliant. But I have a question for Pauper. He says he wants the PLP out. Is he going to vote for the PLP? Because it makes no sense he's around saying he wants the PLP to go, but he's the F&M, and it sounds like he's not an F&M, but it sounds as if he's going to vote for the PLP. I just want you all to ask him that question if he cared to clarify that next time, please.
Let me clarify it for you. I think I can speak for Pauper when I say this. I too understand what Pauper is saying, because as a longtime PLP myself, in the spirit of Rodney Marker, I am voting F&M as a PLP. So I think that is what Pauper is trying to say.
Clarify and say if he's going to vote F&M or COI, but it sounds as he's campaigning against the PLP, but then he's got to vote for the PLP. So to me, it makes no sense.
I'm sure he's listening. I don't know if he wants to tell us how he is going to vote, but we hear you, caller. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you too. Bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Let's get back to the other calls. Talking Heads.
Good afternoon, Madam MG.
What's going on, Dennis?
I sure, like they say, you all talk about Bermuda Gate, and you're talking about premium border skate, and we just can't forget about the $141 million, and like the Energizer, and we say keep going and going and going. Beaches and the parks floodgate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when people like Fred Mitchell talk about being interested in FOIA, I like for those people in Fox Hill, and Mr. Fox them need to tell them people what he needs to do is give them one plunger, one slug bucket, and one scoop, and put PLP stickers on that. So when Fred Mitchell come and tell him that's the job they have for him, because that's what he specializes in. He's full of
Boy, y'all ain't easy. Y'all are not easy.
Right,
oh boy, y'all are not easy.
Let's get back to the lines. We got the Pauper checking back in. I think Pauper was summons. I think Pauper checking back in. Pauper, what's happening?
Hey, Pauper.
Hey, y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
man,
we can hear you.
Okay, I tried to explain. See, I born into a UBP F&M family, right? Carl Bettel was my first member, but he teach me a lot. Then when I link up with Obi, Mailman Bo, and Whitney Bastian and Perry Christie, they made me feel more important, even if they was faking. Because Kenny Yada tell me one time, well, every time Perry Christie see your number come, he suck his teeth, but they don't like you. But he still, when he deal with me and open his mouth to me, and Glenn Santa Martin, the most respect, even if it's the opposite. Let me tell you why I go vote PLP. Mom, you listening? Because I know I ain't God. I can't see the future. If I could see the future, hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
We can hear you,
okay,
Papa.
sorry.
Go ahead.
If I could see the future, like what God know, I was going to put on a red F&M shirt and I was going to vote F&M. I won't be able to say to my spiteful pit, this is the worst PLP or a group of people who are in charge of that. And I thought with Brave that he would have been better. They spiteful and they petty. So what I could do, and I could vote PLP because I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what the future is, that I could be able to tell them when they treat me worse. If your people out there, enough of y'all vote for them, God forbid, then they can treat me bad, but I can say, look here, you're still trying to hurt the blind man for speaking. He might not be in blind loyalty and all that stuff. So that's why I can vote PLP. I don't really want to vote. They don't deserve my vote. You can imagine voting for this disgusting, petty Jamal Strawn. You can imagine. I don't like that. I don't like that. You know what he's telling me? He said, Papa, don't forget now, in 2021, you tell me you don't vote for me, you vote for Brave. He turned a comedian on me. You know what I mean? Give me one job for 1 year and take it back. In my mind, I thought I was a general. Politically, I thought I was somebody, but they sprayed them. Show me Fred Mitchell, Jerome Fitzgerald. I never was no fan of them. They could never do this with Bradley Roberts. The point is, Mom, I can't see the future. That's why I have to vote for them. You know, they ain't like they deserve. I think they need a time out. That mean I don't still love it. I like Glenn Santa Martin. I like Alcides. I like the boy Yamacore. You understand? There's some good people inside there, but the party need a break. You understand? So that's why I know I sound stupid or whatever. Listen, they're the cards will play to this blind man. I have to play to survive for me and my children. Okay? God is still in charge, but we dealing with us humans. We spiteful. People don't like guys. Look, I live in bed. I live in just as good as them, Tom. Other people, them too. Y'all always talk about, oh, he mad because things ain't getting away. They take everything. God in control. I eating. I'm hungry. I ain't begging for nothing. The woman who called me from Mercy the F&M, but she put me to go, but I don't talk. I must talk. I said, miss, don't play with me, boy. But this is your friend. I said, but Jesus is my only friend, boy. Don't play with me, miss. I don't have no time to play. I don't want none of them screw with me, miss. That's why I vote in PLP. Yeah, not because I want to. They cards them what being dealt to me. If I could have seen the future, I'd kick them in their backside, and they wouldn't get my vote. If I could have taken a picture to show you all I would show, but I don't have nothing to prove to you all. All right? Don't come on, but ask.
We good. We good. We're good, Papa.
You good, bro.
We're good.
Mr. Producer, we got any other calls? Let's get to them talking heads. All right, let me get to the text. Good afternoon, good evening. I rate MJ for cutting the guy off when he started disrespecting the PM by calling him a con artist. I'm voting block, but I'm calling for the firing of the parliamentary commissioner on this day, right away. Good afternoon, MJ and Naughty. To the caller, it's none of the caller's business who Papa votes for. And that's everybody's.
Yeah, I think she asked Papa's been vocal, about where he stands, and I think he explained it just now, how he feels about it and why he's voting the way. But he doesn't have to say agreed. But Papa don't. Deep freeze. He'll tell you. And he'll tell you why.
He'll tell you why.
That's why the lady probably asked, because he's been very open about, what he's going to.
All right, now, flip side of the break. The news is coming up. On the flip side of the news, we'll continue the conversation. We still need to know about the advance polls and have a look at that. And we still want to know your take on the $200,000 allegedly from the Treasury to Premier Importers. Plus, we got some other things to talk about. How can we, again, and it's coming up again, how can we offer Crown land at rallies? And now I'm hearing allegations of power bills being paid, allegedly, in certain family islands.
Yeah, I heard some stories coming out of Grand Key. Haven't confirmed that yet. I hope that that's not the case, because, boy, these questions that would arise. I know we don't seem to be a people that take treating seriously, but govern how we should govern ourselves during this election season. And we'll talk about the Freeport Crown Land controversy, East Grand Bahama Crown Land controversy on the other side of the break. You're listening to Talking Heads on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We'll be back after the news.
Flames are catching a fire. Showed you I love you, you called me a liar. Give God the thanks and praises. I've been on my own, but we ain't never left alone. And if I'm telling you the feeling is wrong, relax a little, friend, this won't take too long. And when you're feeling alone, you can call my phone.
The world is changing. It's bringing new challenges, but also new opportunities. The truth is, our economy always left too many Bahamians out. Now we're opening new doors in agriculture, tourism, energy, entrepreneurship, providing grants, scholarships, national service, and upskilling. A new generation is rising, and we're finally moving in the right direction, building an economy that includes everyone.
Paid for by the PLP.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's. We put fashion at your feet.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing, I know. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
KFC got that crispy onions crunch. Take a bite, it's a smile. Sweet onion sauce drip, happy running down my side. Pepper jack cheese, bring a little play for a while. Burrito bun soft like a cloud on this ride. KFC, get chicky with it. Hey. Taste the sweet side of things. Every single bite, so lit it. Got my whole crew doing that thing. Crispy onion, sweet onion sauce. Pepper jack cheese going on.
Introducing the new Sweet Chicky Chicken Sandwich at KFC.
Let's get chicky with it.
Under the F&M, Shantytowns grew. The PLP is demolishing them. The F&M made it easier to get a passport. The PLP fixed their mess and is cracking down on fraud. The F&M let investment in the Defense Force slow to a crawl. The PLP added hundreds of officers and new interceptors. Under the F&M, migrants flooded into the Bahamas. P repatriated record numbers. The F&M offers talk. The PLP offers a real record. Paid for by the PLP.
You're listening to Talk only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
They say the sun and I shine for all, but in some people's world, you never shine at all.
These roads of flames are catching a fire.
Talking Heads with Nazi and MJ is brought to you by Burger King, Fine Threads, the Free National Movement, John's Department Store, Kelly's Home Center, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Prince Masters, the Progressive Liberal Party, and Tropical Gyros.
We can praise God in the moonlight. Baby, if you with me, better do right.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, April 28th edition of Talking Heads. Naughty and MJ and your company right up until 6 p.m. And let me get to the text lines. Boy, we got a ton of them, MJ. And here we go. Well, that's a lot, eh? All right. Here we go. Good evening. Irate M. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, here we go. I got you now. Hey, Naughty, I'm calling for the firing of the parliamentary commissioner. I agree with the previous texter. Naughty, I agree with the lady. Naughty Papa still mixed up with the second call just now. He still ain't making no sense. I believe he a little mixed up. Why y'all picking on Papa, man? Leave Papa, man. Good afternoon. It's none of the people's business who Papa votes for. MJ and Naughty, a PLP candidate said today the government is doing its best on illegal immigration. Well, I'm saying that the government's best is not good enough. For example, no one is checking to ensure that people who come here on flights from down south leave by their allotted date. If someone was doing that job, the government would surely have shouted that out by now.
Sorry, it's not. No, is that one finished, that particular text?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I think, the texter raises some valid questions. We did hear the Minister of National Security talking about a portal that they will put in if they're reelected and these sorts of things. But I think Bahamians are right to be concerned that some of these measures weren't implemented earlier. When we first started learning that there may be many fraudulent documents, that the clip we're seeing these cases appear before the courts now, right? Like even today, I think there was a story in the paper where another, I think it was a Dominican this time, was found in possession of fraudulent documents. I just wish that they had acted on this earlier. And so Bahamians are right to feel a particular way that, there wasn't more, stronger enforcement and the laws that Minister of National Security, Mr. Monroe, intends to change in the next term if they're reelected, that they weren't done in this term, because I think a strong message needs to be sent to everybody out there who's holding fraudulent documents, using fraudulent documents, that it is absolutely unacceptable and that the penalties will be severe if you're found in possession of or using fraudulent documents. So I understand why Bahamians are concerned.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. When is the money in the bank fiasco on the hotel in Freeport, and what about the airport? Any updates?
Yeah, no money in the bank. The money hasn't been in the bank. The money ain't in the bank. We don't know when the money's going to be in the bank, and that's that.
Naughty and MJ, please ask Papa if he want me to go on the booth with him to Marcus X. Whoever goes in the booth with Papa, Marcus X to the torch.
You know what? Could y'all stop? Leave
Naughty and MJ, did you get I should be entitled to? Naughty MJ.
Have not. No.
No. Naughty MJ, I actually heard this comment today at the PRD. If there's a discrepancy with the voter register, take it to the election court.
Oh, boy. All right. So there's a report that's coming out of Eyewitness News. It's posted on their Facebook page, and I'll just read it. Quote, this is from Eyewitness News. Several red flags are emerging from the voters register just 2 days before the advance polls and ahead of the May 12th general election. A review by Eyewitness News has identified multiple anomalies, including future birth dates, underage entries, and possible duplicate registrations. Among the most concerning findings are at least 18 voters listed with birth years in the future, in 2029, 2036, 2046, and even 2065. End quote. So, I mean, Obviously, now that we are in possession of the register and because of the beauty of artificial intelligence, able to parse this data relatively quickly. And that's why you're seeing, like, almost right away, people identifying some red flags. So we're going to continue watching this story. We'll wait for the Parliamentary Registration Department to issue a statement, tell us whether these are clerical errors or if something else is happening. I suspect they may be clerical errors, but they need to go on the record and say that because people are watching this register very closely. More concerning for me is some of the discrepancies by that have been raised by Fort Charlotte candidate, Mr. Travis Robinson, who had registered to take part in the advance poll because obviously they'll be working on election day and their names have not appeared on the register. So that is concerning. And that is something that the Parliamentary Registration Department needs to correct quickly if the error is on their end. And I suspect that it is. So, yeah, they need to get that sorted out ASAP.
Boy, this is really turning into quite the show. I saw a video circulating the other day of a concerned mother who's disabled and special needs child cannot vote in the advance polls.
Why were they unable to vote?
They just were told they could not. They weren't registered for the advance polls. They couldn't. I mean, I don't want it to try to be to discourage disabled voters by making it difficult. You know, it's already hard enough they have to come from the Family Islands to do advance polls. They don't have advance polls in the Family Islands that are disabled. So we need to look at all of that moving forward as well.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt that a person would travel from, say, Inagua to Nassau just to vote in an advance poll. I mean, but I mean, anything is possible. I suspect that it's to do with persons that are registered in those constituencies in the Family Islands that are already in Nassau on that date. Maybe they're here to the hospital, so forth and so on. In any event, the advanced persons, you are dealing with poll workers, you are dealing with the defense force, you're dealing with police officers. These persons will actually be working on election day. So if they do not have this opportunity, if they're not properly registered and allowed to vote on the advance poll, they may not get an opportunity to vote at all. And that would be an egregious harm to those persons. So I think if there's some error and it needs to be corrected on the Parliamentary Registration Department's side, you got less than 48 hours. Matter of fact, consider yourselves on a 24-hour watch. You have to sort it out.
Good afternoon, MJ and Naughty. How could they cock up so? How could they bring an 80-year-old out of retirement and they know he could not handle that job? Absolutely disgusted.
Things should get easier, right? Like I said, with AI, like some of this stuff could be sorted so quickly. So I don't understand exactly what's happening, but they got to fix it fast because, the advance poll day is on Thursday.
It is, and a lot of people are concerned about the advance polls and the numbers for the advance polls. And now with irregularities like this, it's crazy.
So the numbers I've seen so far, they don't look totally off. I note that in 2021, there are around 19,000 persons that registered and voted and in the advance polls. This year it's around 20,000. So I don't see a big discrepancy there necessarily. But the problem truly is that everybody that did register went through all of the proper protocol. They should be allowed to vote. Parliamentary Registration Department, and I'm getting them on that advance poll list. Then they need to correct that. I mean, it's really simple. Just fix the problem.
Yeah, I mean, again, though, the problem can be solved. It can be resolved. But now you have, look at all the ripple effect, the layers to this onion. I got more text here, and one is kind of unpleasant. I understand your distaste for the job Mr. Thompson's doing, but at the end of the day, he has been in the field for a long time. He has served the country, in his capacity. All right. This is not an easy job getting all of these things together, but I think they need to do that due diligence before we go to the polls to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Let's go to the phone lines now, though, because you just spoke of him appearing on Eyewitness News, and we have him right here now, ready to go on Talking Heads, no stranger to the show. The F&M's ratified candidate for the Fort Charlotte constituency, Captain Travis Robinson. Welcome back. How are you, Travis?
Brother Naughty, thank you, and good afternoon to your listening audience. I'm doing very well.
Glad to have you here. I know MJ and I were talking earlier about some irregularities that have popped up. And I know you've made some public statements. I'm glad you chimed in. Could you let us know your take on what you've come across this afternoon?
Brother Naughty, down in Fort Charlotte, as it relates to the Fort Charlotte advanced poll list, there are any number of what I deem to be political skullduggery that's taking place and miscarriage of justice. On the 23rd of April, I submitted all of my applications for my Fort Charlotte advanced poll voters. That's all of my poll workers, my senior citizens, and individuals who would be traveling. But 2 days later, I went back to collect the forms. I received the forms, the special voter certificate forms for my senior citizens and my individuals who are traveling. I have yet to receive any of my Form L for all of my poll workers, and that was the first red flag. Subsequently, yesterday, the Parliamentary Registry Department released the full list of the certified copy of advanced poll. From that copy, vetting through and combing through that list, we identified 9 individuals who were in by myself to be a part of the advanced poll who were left off of that list. 3 individuals out of that 9 who was left off are individuals who will be traveling. And so that means, Naughty, they will not have an opportunity to vote basically at all at this point. Obviously, they can't vote on May 12th because they were returning 5 days after May 12th. And so I went this morning to bring that to the attention of the parliamentary officials so that they can rectify that issue. Because those individuals who were left off, they have their certified copy of their special voter certificate. They met the requirement, they met the deadline, received their copy, and still their names were left off. The individuals at Parliamentary Registry basically tell me, well, you know, things happen. Sometimes in life things happen, you move on. That was basically the posture. I refuse to accept that.
If they're denying somebody their God-given right to vote. They've applied for the advance polls because they want to vote. They're obviously going to be traveling. They've done their due diligence in order to what in their mind allows them to vote and travel. A better solution to this.
Absolutely. I subsequently spoke with the Parliamentary Commissioner, Mr. Thompson himself, and his words to me from my mouth to your ears and to the listening audience was basically, it's unfortunate that it happened, but there's nothing he can do. And that is a notion I find to be repugnant. You are the chief in charge of the Parliamentary Registry Department. Your department made a mistake by omitting or leaving off individuals whom you would have given me a special voter certificate copy to show that they met the requirement, turned it in on time. So the person was not at fault. You had a mistake in your department, and you're telling me there's nothing you can do based upon your department's mistake. That cannot be correct. These are individual Bahamians who deserve the right to vote under the Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And we know, Naughty, an election could be won by 1 vote. We are talking about 9 votes. Former Prime Minister of this country lost his entire seat by 4 votes. We are talking about 9 votes. And I'm not taking it very trivial or lackadaisical because we understand the severity and the moment that we are in this country. We have 40 who come down to 1 seat that decide the government. And it cannot be a flippant nature to say that, well, there's nothing we can do. Those 9 individuals just cannot vote because we had a mistake in our office.
So I just want to walk through this. Thank you again for joining us, Travis, because we're just discussing some reporting that we see coming out surrounding this very issue. I just want to walk through this again. You say that the persons, did you receive certificates for the 9 persons that you're referring to now, or were they not issued certificates?
So out of the 9 I'm referring to, I received certificates for 4 of them. The other 5, their certificates, they fall under poll workers. I have received 0 certificates for all of my poll workers at this point. Out of the 4 that I certificates for, in this 9, 3 of them are traveling. So they wrote up the person, their name, on the special voter certificate, acknowledge the reason for voting in the advance poll, traveling, etc., and issued them the certificate confirming that they're on the list.
Right.
The list publishes yesterday, and they're not on the list.
I find it very strange that, given the information that you're giving to us now, that the posture of the Parliamentary Registration Department is that on their end, is that their position?
I spoke to the Parliamentary Commissioner, Mr. Harrison Thompson, myself, and from my mouth to your ears, his words, and I quote, Mr. Robinson, it is unfortunate. I apologize for that happened, but there's nothing I can do. The list is already printed, and that is it. Those were his words to me.
The list is printed, but, you can make an adjustment if you find that rightfully those persons belonged on those lists. What is he saying is the reason why he is unable to make an adjustment, just because the list was printed?
His simple words was that the list is already printed. And I told them that we will not accept that. You are talking about an individual constitutional right to vote. It is no way in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, one man appointed by a government can stop 9 individuals from exercising their constitutional right from voting in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas simply because the list is already printed. That is unacceptable and will not stand.
Yeah, no, I know, because there came a point where this Parliamentary Registration Department even stopped verifying persons when things got so hectic, to hit deadlines there. And so if I'm one of those persons who put in all of my paperwork, I'm going to be working the polls on that day, or I'm going to be traveling on that day. I've done everything correct. I would want to seek out, my rights in that particular situation, because this feels like an infringement on the rights of Bahamians.
Absolutely. Being opposed or objected by one man, stopping 9 individuals, preventing 9 individuals, Bahamians, from exercising their constitutional right under the law to vote on the basis that the list has already been printed. These individuals have rights like any other person who are voting in this country. And whether it was one person left off, I would have been fighting for their rights to vote like it was 9,000. Because every man, one vote. Again, elections can be decided by one seat, by one vote. And
no,
we've
absolutely.
seen this before.
No, absolutely. And I mean, I understand.
And this cannot be the posture.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that if this is the posture taken by the Parliamentary Registration Department concerning a clerical error on their end, then this is absolutely, an egregious infringement on the rights, a sacrosanct right of Bahamians to vote in elections. So I'm hoping that they correct that posture, because it would be, untenable and very unreasonable for them to say, we have made many adjustments for the Parliamentary Registration Department during this whole season. We've watched them say, well, biometric cards will be available, and all of a sudden it's not. The public has been very patient with this particular Parliamentary Registration Department that they're trying to take right now, which is that they cannot correct an error made on their end. So we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on this, Travis.
Thank you very much. And I would just say to every Bahamian out there, you have a responsibility to exercise your right to vote. Do not allow anyone to infringe upon or trample upon your God-given right in this Commonwealth of the Bahamas, in a democracy where every man is equal under the law. Your vote is your voice. Go out on election day, whether it's on the 30th of April or May 12th. Vote like your life depend on it. Because when we have this type of action happening, where one man in an appointed position will be hindering 9 individuals, 9 Bahamians from casting their vote on a clerical issue that exists on their part, we have a constitutional crisis in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Yeah, and Fort Charlotte is one of those constituencies, of course, we're going to be keeping an eye on. We're constituent of Charlotte. So I hate to hear that this is even half constituency. Hopefully we'll get an update from the Parliamentary Registration Department, and specifically the commissioner, to explain himself on this particular matter, because the posture they have right now is Travis for updating us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Naughty. Thank you, MJ. Appreciate it.
No problem. And we'll let you get back. We know you got a busy schedule, but thank you for chiming in. And You always have a platform here, especially when addressing issues such as this.
Thank you. Good day, Bahamas.
Thanks, Travis. That is, I think it's unreasonable. So we're looking at this, and I go back to the story that I see Eyewitness News has broken about the anomalies. That's the way they framed it on the register itself. So we're being asked to understand some of these potential errors on that end. But when you talk about the rights of Bahamians to vote, and they did everything proper, they did everything they're supposed to do, and they're being not even provisional ballots. I mean, this clearly seems like an error, on the part of the Parliamentary Registration Department to make this kind of an error and then to hold the position that, well, it's too bad because it's printed. Are we being serious? Like, no, we need to speak out on this because this makes no sense to me. Why they can't correct their error and allow persons that will be out of the country or will be working the polls on that day to go ahead and cast their votes in the advance poll.
Let's go back to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I know to use the Bryce. I'm a Bryce. From Brave, pulling from the grave. I was telling people about this guy. So I'm a Bryce. The coffin, which y'all expect.
Who came out of the coffin? I'm not following. Oh boy.
I missed that one.
Oh boy, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Naughty and MJ, something funny is going on at the parliamentary office. There are persons with birthdays that are not adding up. Minister Monroe and Mr. Thompson and that lady from South Beach are trying to defend that. It's crazy. That's an Abaco giveaway. Good afternoon. First-time texter, long-time listener. Thank you. The problem we have in the Bahamas is people are blindly loyal to their political parties, knowing that their party is rampant with corruption and criminality. That is why I respect you guys, Naughty and MJ. Thank you. We don't need AI. They could put 300,000 records in Excel and quickly determine if they have duplicates or irregular dates. I said from the 5-hour wait registration process that the issue was not Bahamians who like to wait till the last minute, but a system problem.
Yeah, Excel will get Excel will get the job done quickly too. And this is why I'm trying to figure out why, the list would, percentage-wise, it is a small percentage if the numbers that Eyewitness News is reporting, if those numbers are correct. I haven't checked myself yet. But it's a small percentage, but it's important, right? Why haven't these things been corrected? It really doesn't take a lot to go through it and look for duplicates or birth dates that are in the future. I mean, this is starting to become a competence question now. And I know that the folks down there at the Parliamentary Registration Department have been working particularly hard this past month or so. But when you're dealing with elections, you have to be on top of your game. You have to be A1, and you have to, like I like to say, dot the I's and cross the T's, because you're dealing with people's intrinsic right to determine the future of their country. So you have to get it right. And when you find that you make mistakes, you cannot have the posture of, oh, well, too bad, too sad. No, you have to fix it. You have to correct it, especially when the error is blatantly on your end. I just don't understand what we're doing.
Back to the text lines. Naughty and MJ, can Travis get immediate relief from the Supreme Court? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
These kinds of questions would send us to a judicial review and send us to election court. And I would think that the Parliamentary Registration Department would want to do everything, to make sure that their end is covered properly. So I'm not understanding the commissioner himself saying, well, that are we being serious now? No, I think that that needs to be corrected. That's not an excuse.
Wasn't he brought out of retirement because of his expertise? Let me get back to the text lines. The issues must be urgent. This issue must be dealt with urgently.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mr. Thompson needs to be sent back to retirement and let someone capable do this job. Naughty and MJ, who is giving out the crown land? Something is not right over there in Grand Bahama.
Okay, so we were going to talk about this, right? And there's reporting on this. I had heard about this, but I didn't get the granular details with the reporting in the papers today. But yeah, how is it that a candidate for the East Grand Bahama constituency has in her possession, we're talking about Dr. Monique Pratt, I guess, copy crown land grants and talking about I'm giving this out or I'm handing it. What is going on? We do have we don't always follow our rules, but we have some rules and conventions in place. I just need someone to explain to me how she got in possession of private citizens' information concerning Crown land. Our business to be handling those documents for those persons. I don't care if they live in that constituency. She is also just another person in the constituency. She has no official government role. She should not have been in possession of those Crown land documents. And I don't see how this even sits as being right. I don't care if it's election time or it's not election time. Why is she handling people's personal information? This is so wrong on many levels. And then to do it like, oh, I'm doing something great for you. You're supposed to have protocols. Like, what happened to all of the protocols?
That speaks volumes of the candidate as well. The political naivety of it all. Let's get to the phone lines. Talking heads. Talking heads. All right, call us back, caller. Let me get these other texts in. If what Mr. Robinson is saying is true, and those people are prevented from voting, Mr. Thompson should be sued directly.
It could get legal really quickly because you're talking about people's rights, you know?
All right, let's get back to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, Nadia and Mary Jo community and the Bahamas entirely. With respect to the situation with Travis Robinson, that must not go. That must be corrected as early as tomorrow. That cannot be the position of the parliamentary
commissioner,
president or whatever his name is.
Right.
Because no voter in the Bahamas should be disenfranchised. None. At no cost should that happen. That is the most serious and fundamental breach of our Constitution that one could ever think of. So the parliamentary registrar must get that corrected immediately with immediate effect.
I agree.
I demand that it happen.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
That, oh my boy, that you're talking about what? You know what?
Yeah, no, I agree.
The right to vote.
I agree.
Constitutionally flawed. Tell one can't even imagine. So I would suggest that he get with his team and get that matter corrected, and any other ambiguous or any other matter arising from any such position with any other candidate, that he seeks to have them all corrected by the 30th. Voters go, the advance poll commence. And there should be nothing out of the ordinary, nothing to this extent. If there's voter fraud, well, that's a different matter. But if you're talking about trying to deprive a citizen of the right to vote, there's nothing more fundamentally wrong with that than anything else one can imagine. Thank you, ma'am.
I agree. Thank you so much. The caller said just everything. I think he covered it very well. He covered it very well.
We got to get to the break. Let's get to this.
And just to say this, he made me think of something because Mr. Robinson is speaking out, but how many other constituents are
encountering the same problem?
So, yeah, they need to sort it out as quickly
as they can. All right, let's get to the break. Flip side of the break, I get to your text. And after I get to your text, we'll get back to the calls. Keep it right where you got it. The Tuesday, April 28th edition of Talking Heads with Naughty and MJ continues right after this.
Relax a little, friend, this won't take too long. And when you're feeling alone, you can call my phone. Is there a better way to teach them something before they lose the song? Oh, no, freedom is the wrong. Oh, no, coming in from the cold.
5 years of PLP rule. Are you better off today? You work. They've spent millions on taxpayer-funded trips, a government-funded luxury car, and handed out hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts. But for the rest of us, gas and groceries through the roof, VAT on bread basket items, healthcare that is broken, unaffordable, and out of reach. And it's not just your wallet. For 5 years, illegal immigrants have flooded our communities, putting excessive pressure on our schools, our housing, and our social services. As they flood in, Bahamian families fall behind. Under the FNM, there will be a change. The FNM has a plan to address the rising cost of living, secure our borders, protect Bahamians from illegal immigrants, and fix our healthcare. Because the FNM knows our job is to work for you and not the few. This message was paid for and authorized by the Free National
KFC
Movement.
got that crispy onions crunch. Take a bite, it's a smile. Sweet onion sauce drip, happy running down my side. Pepper jack cheese, bring a little playful wow. Brioche bun soft like a cloud on this ride. KFC get chicky with it. Hey. Taste the sweet side of things. Every single bite, so lit it. Got my whole crew doing that thing. Crispy onion, sweet onion sauce. Pepper jack cheese, going.
Chicken sandwich at KFC.
Let's get chicky with it.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape, a Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, we wouldn't change now. This thing must end. Hey!
SOS, Code Red. SOS. Red. FNMs. This Tuesday, April 28th, we're going home to R.M. Billy Park for a mass rally, 7:30 p.m. Yes, we're going home. It's time to protect our vote. Time to protect our passports. Time to pride. Hear from our leader, Michael Pintard, on how the FNM will work for you to protect our Bahamaland. SOS. SOS. We're going home to R.M. Billy Park, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. FNMs. The time is now.
They say 5 more. We say no way. You can't just take Bahamaland and give this place away.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
They say the sun and I shine for all. But I hear some people were you never shine at all. These rows of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I love you, you called me a liar. Oh no, 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 no. Baby, tell me where you gone. I've been feeling for your love so long. We can praise God in the moonlight. Baby, if you with me, better do right. And I'm hoping that you sing my song. I've been on this road for way too long.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, April 28th edition of Talking Heads with Naughty and MJ. In the company right up until 6 p.m. And MJ, let me go back to the phone lines real quick. To the text lines real quick and get these texts out of the way. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. People like free things. I don't care. When you bring an old man like Mr. Thompson and this PM together, it's a recipe for disaster. Let's look at foreign affairs, and the old man had in that office with nothing to be said. Wayne Monroe is the minister responsible. He needs to move with haste to have the register issues corrected. MJ, Dr. Pratt got it from the PM. That's the only place she could have gotten it from.
It's crazy, right? When you think about it. But I mean, that's absolutely insane.
Cray. This is what happens when you put extinct dinosaurs in key positions. Technology is too advanced to bring back the manual process. There must be some sort of reprimand. Paging Mr. Brave Davis, come to the mic now. I want to hear what you have to say. This has to be fixed. Thompson must go home ASAP and correct this matter ASAP.
I think he should definitely correct it. I don't think we're going to see Mr. Thompson go home until after the general elections. I think this is probably going to be the last election that he oversees as commissioner. But yeah, he still has an opportunity to fix, to make the corrections. If it's an error on their part, fix it.
This will not happen in the Bahamas. It shouldn't, and it won't. I mean, it need not to. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Lord, they trying to destroy Port Travis and Fort Charlotte and others. Hey, I hear gas is going up to $7 in Freeport. This brave crew is finished. That's it. They must go.
Gas is really high right now. Like, gasoline is really high right now.
Corruption. That thing Ms. Pratt put is a sign of desperation and corruption. The civil thing to do is allow persons to vote. Once they produce their legit voter's card, passport, or biometric cards, make a note in the register, but no eligible voter will be denied to vote in this 2026 general election, since it's a clerical error in the part of the parliamentary department. House and Thompson should create an additional list immediately and add those persons who are left off. These people must vote on Thursday. That's their rights.
Absolutely, he can definitely reach the heads of all of the major political parties. If he has to add names to the list, then he should do that. I don't understand why the position is, oh, too bad, we printed it, it's done. Well, print the correct one, because obviously you made errors. You left persons out that legally and rightfully should be entitled to be on that, especially the thing that you give them the certificates, but then you leave the name off. Like, how does that square? I think if they want to avoid some issues moving forward and perception moving forward, they need to just hurry up and correct it and don't continue to hold this position like too bad.
Tell Brave Club Papa and Perry he needs advice on how to deal with this immediately. The Bahamian people will not allow anyone to stop us from voting. This administration is showing their true colors. Sad. Now we see why he is there. Well, Naughty and MJ, Harry Thompson want the illegals to vote on the advance poll allegedly, but we can't
say that. We can't say that. No. Listen, this is the first election with Mr. Davis as Prime Minister, right? And so a lot of and Mr. Monroe as Minister of National Security, and right, elections fall under him. I mean, we can evaluate their performance as well as how this election is going down, how it is being operated, because they have their parts to play as well. So you can't be silent on this, Mr. Monroe. I mean, what's going on? Bahamians allegedly are being denied the right to vote in the advance poll when they may not be available, most likely to vote on election day. They did all of the things that they were supposed to do, submitted their paperwork, did so on time. Some of them have certificates, and it's going to stand that because they are not on the advance poll list, which is an error on the Parliamentary Registration Department side, that they're not going to be allowed to vote. How does that make sense? For it to sit like waiting the way this election is being run as well to determine, the competency in some respects of the government and the things that they do.
Naughty and MJ, I have a family member travel from the islands or the family islands to attend doctor, and their name isn't on the list either.
Oh boy, see, this is the thing. You are going to have persons that are here, and then, they're not going to be back in their constituency. They may come here and plan to, maybe they go to the doctor, plan to stay here for a month or so, convalescent afterwards. Let's say they have surgery or something. They need to vote on Thursday. If they applied, they got in all of the relevant paperwork, they submitted what they needed to, especially if y'all gave them certificates. I mean, come on, how do you then say your name ain't on the register? So tough luck for you. That's crazy.
Naughty and MJ, did the text just say extinct dinosaur or distinct dinosaur?
I start tuning out when y'all, because some of y'all ain't easy at all. I don't know.
Naughty be giving out $50 gas vouchers in 8 Mile Rock right now by Kingsley Smith. All right, send me a picture of the vouchers or a picture of them doing it. Not that I don't believe you, but I want to make sure.
Yes, he's walking right on that line of treating, right? You could say it plain as day now. Some of them walking. So the big story today in the Tribune is about the $200,000 that potentially came out of our treasury. I see some people in the administration talking about all kinds of other side issues. No, don't go on any side missions now. Focus. We need to know if the $200,000 came out of our treasury. If it didn't, please quickly say so. But if it did, you guys have some explaining to do. Don't go on side missions now. Answer that question for us, please, so we could put our minds at ease on that front and then move on to other important issues.
Naughty and MJ, please explain to me, if the PLP has done such a good job, why are they so desperate? They should be relaxing. We need them to go. Bray said in one of the advertisements that the world is changing. So, Bray, you really need to go. And while you're with it, take Grimes and Mitchell and all your cronies with you.
The world is changing. It's moving faster. That should make it, easier. We see how technology is moving, right? It should make it easier to get some of the work done. And the folks on the Parliamentary Registration Department are working folks, right? Like, they're trying to get this right. A lot is happening right now. The advancements in the technology should make future persons in that particular department be able to work easier. But right now, if they're still doing things a particular old-fashioned way, it's not cutting the mustard. We need to, elevate our thinking, resolve problems quickly, and resolve problems that should be easy to resolve, like this issue that Mr. Robinson brought up. Like that, I don't understand what they're saying when they say, "Oh, too bad it's printed." No, you need to fix it.
And this well enough in advance that it can be adjusted. It can be rectified.
Persons are bringing it to your attention. Mr. Robinson is one person that's speaking out. But like I said, we don't know if other, constituencies and other candidates are experiencing the same problem. We don't know how widespread this is. And I would hate to think that, you have several areas where this has become an issue. So I would advise the Parliamentary Registration Department to do what they need to do, make the corrections for their errors, and allow those persons that like I said, they may not be able to vote on election day. They did everything right. Correct your mistake, and do not try to disenfranchise Bahamians.
Let's get to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Hi, caller. Did we lose that?
Hello.
Hi. Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a deadline to be on the register for the early election. So if
Yes, there is.
they're probably on the regular one. So it's
Right.
if you don't make the deadline, you're not on the register.
Right, but from what we're hearing
Thank
so
you.
far, thank you, caller. The information we've been given so far is that those persons met the deadline, that they submitted whatever documentation that they needed to submit. In persons that received certificates that said that they would be on the actual advanced poll register. But when the register came out just yesterday, or I guess in some cases this morning, because everything is running right up to the deadline around this town, they then discovered that they are indeed not on that advanced poll register, which is a problem. Right? That's a problem. So if they met their part, then the Parliamentary Registration Department didn't do their part, then they need to correct their part, because they're the ones that are potentially going to disenfranchise some voters.
And after voting concerns about, low voter turnout, you want to encourage as many people to come out, and if they're making the effort to say, hey, we're traveling and we still want to vote, then obviously that vote is important to them, and wanting to vote is important to them, so they shouldn't be denied that right.
No, absolutely. I agree.
And not on some flippant just, we can't fix it.
Yeah, no, you should be able to fix your own mistakes, right? Like, if there's anyone who can fix your mistakes, it's you, because you have the power to do it. So I don't understand why the commission isn't exercising that power to make adjustments. There's so many questions around this whole situation, but I'm hoping that they do the right thing.
That they need to. Too many Bahamians are concerned.
Yeah, and the more people say
it's hanging over. It's something that's not going away.
The more people say, reschedule it, like that's not going to happen, right? But I am telling you, I am seeing really reasonable Bahamians saying they do not feel comfortable with a lot of things that have been happening leading up to this election. And that's not where I want us to be. I love this country. I want every Bahamian that's eligible to go ahead and be able to vote. We shouldn't put roadblocks in front of anybody, especially people who did the right thing. And so when I hear reasonable people start to say, okay, I don't feel comfortable, this needs to be rescheduled, then I start to look around and say, okay, how bad is this situation? I don't want to believe that it's terrible, but the more that these errors, these mistakes compound, the more agitated, the more irritated, the more unsteady Bahamians are going to be come election day and about this election. And one thing you always want is for your voters, your citizens, to trust the process. You're telling us that you're doing everything right, you're doing everything by the book. When we see anomalies and we see situations like what Mr. Robinson described, then it makes even reasonable people question the competence, and in some cases they go as far as to question the motive of what's happening down there at PRD.
All right, let me give you this little update, MJ. Blow the whistle, and trust me, I don't need to see none of these people, anything from this government when the side opposite ask questions. They punish us already, and we all need to show up and vote them out. They failed our UB students and jumped to the National Youth Guard to make them a part of this disaster. My confidence and trust is lost in the PLP. They need to be voted out. All right, and now I have the flyer. Thank you, Texter. Kingsley Smith Fuel in West Grand, Bahama, with the big fuel sign. Kingsley Smith.
So we're hoping that came out of his phone.
The first 100 residents of West Grand, Bahama.
So they've been doing things like this the whole election season.
Calling the first 100 residents of West Grand, Bahama voters in need of gasoline for your vehicle. Come on down at Chappie's gas station between 3:30 and 6 p.m. to receive your gas. Your voter's card is proof of registration. Choose progress.
Why is it just why I have to show my voter's card? If I'm
now who's paying for them gas vouchers is what I want to know, because Mr. Smith has claimed he has no bank account. So how are you paying for these gas vouchers?
Well, we're going to say or think that he paid for the vouchers, right? But how come it's only the people with voter's card? Like, the biggest part about treating is intent. Because you have to prove that they're trying to induce voters, right? This whole treating situation, and intent is very, very hard to prove. But when you're only giving it to voters, like what are we doing? Like, we can kind of see the veil. It is probably not going to be strong enough for anyone to ever be convicted of treating in this country. But I mean, I just think that, the closer we get, the more careful we should get. But this thing about gas, they've been giving that out the whole election season, so I don't expect much to come out of that. And gas so high right now, everybody taking the little free gas. So there's that.
Man, yeah. But at the end of the day, though, you wonder where they are anyway. When will we know where the voting stations are for the regular voting?
That should have been gazetted. Let me just check 1 second. Go ahead. Keep talking. I'm going to check and see if it's been gazetted as yet.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Allegedly today they found guns and voters' cards on some guys that can't speak English. I'll send you the video later. And this is what they call progress. Send it to Mr. Producer, man. Send it to the text now. Make sure you get it over to us.
Voters' cards. Okay, so they have already showed at the polling places. You can go to laws.bahamas.gov.bs. There is a tab that says Official Gazette, and you can check the Official Gazette. It is there. You can see exactly where every polling station is. It's under the heading Form of Notice of Nomination in a Contested Election. So just go to laws.bahamas.gov.bs, and you can view our Official Gazette. It is already there. It's been there for a bit now. And you can see all of the polling stations.
All right, MJ, we reached that time. We're getting that hard break from Mr. Producer, but I think we got all the text in. Yes, we did. Oh, last one. Hey, Naughty and MJ, boy, with the gas prices going up, they are officially done in Freeport.
Yeah, that $50 buy a gallon, probably buy 2 gallons. Stop. Oh, we are...
We've reached that, man, but for everybody who called in, chimed in, texted in, good stuff. Appreciate Mr. Captain Travis Robinson calling and clarifying his position. And like I said, everybody who called in and chimed in, good stuff. And we'll be back at you tomorrow with another Open Line Wednesday. MJ, this is your boy Naughty, and for Mr. Producer, you all have a great Tuesday. Get out there and remember, it's silly season. But on May 3rd, I'm back to being Bahamians. All that color go out the window. So please, at the end of the day, remember, we are Bahamians, and we all got to get along, and we all got to live come May 13th, all right? So focus. Let your conscience be your guide.
Have a great evening, everyone.
And I've been gone too long, and I'm hoping that you sing my song. I've been on this road for way too long. I've been hoping that we all get along. These roads of flames are catching a fire. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
The Whopper with cheese at Burger King Nassau has never tasted so good. It's made with 100% flame grilled beef that's juicier, topped with fresh ingredients as usual, and even fluffier buns. Get a regular Whopper with cheese combo for only $9, including VAT, and enjoy a Whopper that's bigger, better, and tastier. The only place to get your Whopper with cheese combo is at Burger King Nassau, where it's grill time anytime.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
We came to celebrate IT. Celebrate IT. Send 3 money transfers for a chance to win indeed. Celebrate IT. Life is good, so we say la vie. No la parfait, Monty garçon. Celebrate IT with GK Money Services. Send 3 with GK Money and Western Union for a chance to win. To send free for the rest of the year. 3 lucky customers will win. Follow us at GKMSBAH for more details. Promotion ends May 18th. Western Union.
5 years of PLP rule. Are you better off today? While you work, they've spent millions on taxpayer-funded trips, a government-funded luxury car, and handed out hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts. But for the rest of us, gas and groceries through the roof, VAT on bread basket items, healthcare that is broken, unaffordable, and out of reach.